Hello everyone. Recently I came across these fan-made combat cards for Memoir 44 on Board Game Geek. They're freely downloadable, so I suggest everybody who has an interest in the game does the same. Here are some examples. Again, I didn't make these myself, somebody else did. You can get them on Board Game Geek. Just go to Memoir 44 and check the files. Now, admittedly, there are quite a lot of files, but if you just Google Memoir 44 combat cards countryside, which is these, or beach, which is those, there are actually more, there are 20 each, but I just laid out a few these so that you can see the back of the countryside ones, and this is the back of the beach ones. What I did is I printed them out, obviously in color, and I glued them onto regular playing cards, and this is the front, this is the back, so I think it looks just fine, and I also sleeved them. Here are some examples of the cards that are actually in there. Motorcycle dispatch, it lets you order one more unit in a particular section than you normally would. Open country allows you to move one more hex than you would normally be allowed to. A tactical retreat, well, you can just see what all those cards do, but in this particular case it lets you treat all hits but one roll against your unit as flags. Flags may not be ignored, so that might actually, prevent some casualties. The maximum number of casualties you could suffer, obviously if you're smart enough not to play it if you're on the baseline, would be 1. And a recon report allows an infantry or armor unit to still battle if they've entered a forest or hedgerow hex. And there are some cards that are already part of the official ones too. Return to duty, reinforcements, fortify, out of ammo. Those are some examples. Those, of course, we already know from the official winter combat cards or jungle combat cards or desert combat cards. But there are some new ones, and they're a lot of fun. This personal one is my favorite, pinned down. You can actually have an infantry or armor unit, an enemy infantry or armor unit, to have it pinned down, and it won't be allowed to move or battle on this turn. Improved gunnery sighting. All your armor and artillery, all your artillery and naval destroyer units may battle with 1 additional die this turn, so that could be very handy. An amphibious assault. 1 infantry or armor unit on or adjacent to an ocean hex may ignore beach movement restrictions and battle with 1 additional die. Well, that's great as well. Not a step back. I'm not sure if thematically that's the right word here. I mean, that really reminds me of Stalingrad, but okay. Leave your unit in place and ignore all flags rolled against it, regardless of what card or effect your opponent just played. So yeah, it might be a strong card as well, if you're on a certain objective hex and you have an air power card or a barrage card rolled against you, and you would have to retreat. This card will allow you to stay. Well, again, here you also have some cards that are already part of the official combat decks, like Fortify, Pull Back, Heat of Battle, Infiltrators, and this is to show you again the back. So I haven't actually been able to play with them yet, but I did certainly think it was worthwhile to print them and to paste them onto cards, kind of glue them onto cards and sleeve them. And one day I certainly will use them because, combat cards are a nice addition to the game. Really brings something fresh to the game. I also own, what's it called, The Great War, which is basically the World War I version of Memoir 44, and that base game standard comes with combat cards. So that really adds to the experience. So I just wanted to show you these, and if you're interested in enriching your playing experience of countryside maps or beach maps, then I certainly recommend you print out these cards as well. So what I forgot to mention is that you have something you can also do instead of playing the card, just like with the official ones. I'm not entirely sure of what the effect was, but there's a page there too which instructs you on how to use these cards. And of that one
action you can always take instead of, if you want to, the one mentioned on the card. So again, thank you for watching, and by all means go and print these cards as well and use them to enrich your Memoir 44 playing experience. Thank you for watching.